Consciousness, the subjective experience of being aware of oneself and the world, remains one of the most profound mysteries confronting humanity. While philosophers have grappled with its nature for millennia, the rise of psychology in the late 19th century offered new avenues for exploration. Yet, the enigma persists. Despite the progress made, consciousness remains a frontier of knowledge. The challenge lies in bridging the explanatory gap between objective, measurable phenomena and the subjective, ineffable realm of inner experience. Truly, a labyrinth of conscious and unconscious elements. It has captivated great thinkers and academics for centuries. Carl Jung, a towering figure in analytical psychology, proposed a framework for understanding this inner world that extends beyond the surface of our conscious personality. At the heart of his theory lies the concept of the shadow, an archetype that represents the hidden repressed aspects of ourselves. The shadow is not merely a collection of negative traits, but rather a complex and multifaceted entity encompassing all that we deem incompatible with our conscious self-image. It is a repository of unlived potential, our primal instincts, our repressed desires and those shameful or undesirable qualities we strive to keep hidden from the world, and often from ourselves. This process of repression, while seemingly necessary for navigating social norms and maintaining a cohesive sense of self, comes at a significant cost. Jung argued that by exiling these aspects of the unconscious, we create a split within our psyche, a fragmentation that hinders our ability to experience life fully and authentically. The shadow, much like a force of nature, cannot be indefinitely contained. It will inevitably find expression, often in ways that sabotage our relationships, careers, and overall well-being. We may project our shadow onto others, perceiving in them the very qualities we refuse to acknowledge within ourselves. We may fall into patterns of self-sabotage, unconsciously enacting the very behaviours we consciously detest. Consider the seemingly mundane experience of road rage. A driver cuts you off, and suddenly a surge of rage, even fury, washes over you. You honk, yell, and perhaps even entertain thoughts of revenge. While it's easy to contribute this reaction solely to the other driver's inconsiderate behaviour, shadow projection suggests a deeper dynamic at play. The driver, in that moment, becomes a screen onto which you can project your own feelings of inadequacy, frustration, or powerlessness. Perhaps you feel unseen, unheard, or disregarded in other areas of your life, and this seemingly minor traffic infraction triggers those deeper wounds. Moving from the road to the workplace, imagine a colleague you constantly criticise. You label them as lazy, irresponsible, and lacking in ambition. While these judgments might contain a grain of truth, shadow projection invites us to look deeper. Could it be that you harbour similar fears about yourself? Perhaps you fear your own potential for laziness, or worry about not measuring up to your own expectations. By projecting these undesirable qualities onto your colleague, you create a sense of distance, protecting your ego while simultaneously avoiding a confrontation with your own shadow. Romantic relationships, with their intensity and emotional vulnerability, often become fertile ground for shadow projection. Consider a scenario where you find yourself constantly accusing your partner of being emotionally unavailable, withdrawn, or critical. You might feel perpetually frustrated, hurt, or unloved. However, shadow projection suggests that you may be projecting your own unmet needs and unresolved emotional wounds onto your partner. Perhaps you experienced emotional neglect in childhood, or carry a deep-seated fear of intimacy. By attributing these qualities to your partner, you avoid confronting your own emotional baggage. The shadow's influence, though often subtle and insidious, can disrupt our lives and hinder our own personal growth. Jung insists in not merely identifying the shadow's existence, but in recognizing its potential for transformation. He posited that the path to individuation, to becoming a whole and integrated individual, necessitates a confrontation with our shadow. This is not a call to indulge in our darkest impulses, but rather a call to conscious awareness and acceptance. It requires courageously shining a light into the darkest recesses of our own being, acknowledging the full spectrum of our nature, both the light and the shadow. This integration process, often referred to as shadow work, is not meant for the faint of heart. It demands a willingness to face our deepest fears, our hidden shame, and the uncomfortable truths we've spent a lifetime avoiding. The introspective journey may involve exploring dreams, analysing our projections, or engaging in therapeutic dialogue. It is a process of befriending the stranger within, of recognising that even our most undesirable qualities hold a key to our wholeness. The paradox of the shadow is that within its depths lies not only the potential for destruction, but also the seeds of our greatest gifts. By integrating our shadow, we reclaim the vital energy we've spent suppressing, unleashing a wellspring of creativity, authenticity, and personal power. We develop greater compassion for ourselves and others, recognizing that we are all flawed, complex beings capable of both darkness and light. Jung's Shadow Archetype serves as a profound reminder that the path to wholeness is not linear or pristine. It is a winding, often messy journey into the depths of ourselves, a confrontation with the hidden aspects of our being that we would often rather ignore. Yet it is precisely through this courageous descent that we unearth our greatest potential, integrating the contrasting parts of ourselves and emerging as more conscious, compassionate, and fully realised individuals. The shadow's embrace, though initially daunting, ultimately offers a transformative journey toward embracing the fullness of our humanity. Speak soon, friends.